What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, KB watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? I know we started late, so it's actually probably going to take a little bit for you guys to get in here. My bad on starting late, guys. I was running a little bit late, and I had to hop in the shower. And literally, I hopped out the shower like right when it was time to go live. But we chilling, we here now. We are coming off of a great wildcard weekend. Me and KB were briefly talking about it before we went live. That shit was awesome. I really think it was one of the best, if not the best, wildcard weekends I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
And then on top of that, we got some relatively calm Giants news. Nothing really that we don't know, so to speak. And so, like, we're going to really just talk about three things tonight, which is the interviews they've already conducted, the interviews they either have scheduled or they have requested, and we'll give our thoughts on wildcard weekend. It was 26 hours, I think. I saw a tweet. It was 26 hours of pretty damn good football. So we got a lot to talk about. KB, go ahead before we roll the real intro, man.
Yeah, man. One of the like Kush said, man, one of the best wildcard weekends we've seen. Besides probably one game, but everything else was peak. You know that the best one for that Philly game.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, bro.
I mean, not the most competitive one. I thought the Bills Jaguars one was awesome. That was like to start it off right? That was the first game, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think first one was Panthers Rams, and that was fucking
Panthers
awesome.
Rams. Yes.
That one was great.
Yes.
We all talk about it, but they had me believing that the Panthers was really about to move on, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you notice that most of these games, especially the earlier ones, you got Panthers Rams, Jags Bills, Philly 49ers, like these games they started off like competitive, and then like competitive but a little slower. Like the scores weren't all that high, and then you go into halftime. After halftime, third and fourth quarter, they were just scoring. The lead changes in the fourth quarter were absolutely nuts. The Bears Packers one was nuts. That was the one. That was the first one. Yeah, the Bears Packers one was peak.
The night game. I think that was
yes.
I can't remember if it was Saturday. I think it was Saturday because Saturday.
I think it was Saturday.
And then, so it was Rams, Panthers, Bears, Packers, and then Bills, Jaguars. Just three straight back-to-back bangers to bring it off.
Absolute bangers, man.
So, guys, we just gonna roll the real intro and get to it, man. Let's get it down, man. Where the hell is it? Oh, here. Shout out to Namar in the chat, Stanley and Daniel Berry. Let me quickly highlight y'all comments. Go get John Herr. Well, I know you mean John Harbaugh, and we're going to talk about it. I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. The Rams are my pick. I think they could have done better in their game, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. But they're my pick. Who's your pick, like, for the Super Bowl, bro? My Super Bowl matchup already got blown up, by the way. The Rams are still alive, but I had my AFC matchup. Was the Jaguars, and they're gone, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I'm Rams Bills.
Rams Bills. Oh, you think the Bills can make it all the way?
The thing is, I don't have confidence in their team. I think they're gonna have a boosted sort of sense of Patrick Mahomes is not here. The boogeyman's not here. You know, Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar, no Joe Burrow. Like this is Josh Allen's time, and he's gonna will himself to win these games like he did with Jaguars. I spoke to a couple of Bills fans. I know a couple of them and content creators. They said like they feel like the hardest opponent would be the Jaguars, and they were able to beat them. So because I think they will have a good matchup versus the Patriots, and that's my second sort of matchup in the Super Bowl. Like I think the Patriots would be the second. So if the Bills can get past the Patriots, like I think they're Super Bowl bound. Just all depends if they can win it.
You know what's not a matchup, but a team I want to see make the Super Bowl, just because I'm like, this would be for me. I don't know why I'm like, this would be so freaking awesome because they're only half of a team. But there's such a good half of a team that I really think they have a chance with anybody, bro. I would really wish the Texans could make it to the Super Bowl, bro. Because they ain't got no freaking offense.
I love CJ Stroud, bro. I root for him. Mm-hmm.
That defense, though, bro, that defense is literally, you've seen all the memes, bro. It's literally just line it up. We're not doing anything fancy. Line it up. And
line that bitch up.
Exactly. Then you got the Seahawks. The Seahawks, who's probably the other best defense in the playoffs right now. They're good. It's not like they don't have talent. Don't get me wrong, but their defense it's like all scheme. It's all coached up. And I'm just like, yo,
And their offense is nuts. Like the Seahawks would be the toughest challenge for the Rams, like for sure. And we haven't even seen them play yet.
They couldn't beat them, right? Like didn't in the last matchup the Rams? The Seahawks beat them, right, in the last matchup. Am I tripping?
So yeah, so we'll see what happens there. And then listen, I think they're frauds, but the Broncos #1 seed, we haven't seen them play yet. They're coming off a bye.
I do think they're frauds as well. We'll see. Bro, remember I said it on the show. The Broncos remind me of the 2018 Bears, and funnily enough, the Bears are a team I believe in a lot. I said that on the show several times. The Bears proved that. We're gonna see what the Broncos do.
Caleb Williams, bro, is ascending. He's ascending.
He is. So speaking of the Seahawks, how about we start off with that, man? The conducted interviews that the Giants have done so far. I got the list for you guys. I only have 4 of the coaches here pictured, but here are the guys they've interviewed so far for the head coaching position. Mike Kafka, who's obviously, he was interim head coach during this season. Kevin Stefanski, former Browns head coach. Raheem Morris, former Falcons head coach, also former Rams DC. Antonio Pierce, former Raiders head coach, and he's one of the Giant connections. Everybody knows, of course, he was a linebacker for us. Vance Joseph, the Broncos defensive coordinator. This was a virtual interview because they're, across the country and they got to prepare for their game and all that. Darren Rizzi, the Broncos assistant head coach and special teams coordinator.
What in the Joe Judge is that? Oh my God.
This was virtual. Okay, now this is what I gotta say, KB, because I was gonna say this is the Joe Judge connection. Forget the Giants connection. This is the Joe Judge connection. Like that. That's why you said that, right? Like,
yeah, because he's like a Joe Judge candidate. He's a special teams coordinator, isn't he not? And he's like one of those motivators. He's one of those motivators on the sidelines. Like that's why they like him. And he was also an interim coach with the Saints. Rizzi?
I think I spoke incorrectly when I said Joe Judge connection. I meant Joe Shane connection. This is the Joe Shane.
Oh yeah, apparently they have a history.
They've worked together in the past. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's the special teams coordinator. I guess they're like, oh, he's the Broncos assistant head coach. Listen, I could be 100% wrong. I'm not interested in no special teams coordinator, bro. I'm gonna keep it real.
Besides John Harbaugh, but yeah.
he has 18 years as a head coach. Buddy.
Yeah.
All right. And then Klint Kubiak, the Seahawks offense coordinator, also across the country, also virtual. KB, just really quickly off the names I listed, who's your top 2? I'll quickly go back through them. Kafka, Stefanski, Morris, Pierce, Joseph, Rizzi, Kubiak. I feel like there's 2 very clear top 2 guys.
Okay, go through it slowly. So I have it all. Yeah.
Stefanski, Morris, Pierce, Joseph, Rizzi, Kubiak. There's a reason I asked.
Oh yeah, Kubiak and Stefanski. That's the only 2 I'm considering. What?
Dudes where you're like, these 2 are kind of way above the rest.
Hey, one thing. Okay, I'll tell you this. I would extremely consider Raheem Morris for a defensive coordinator position, though. I would everywhere he goes as besides when he's a head coach with the Falcons. Oh, actually, the Falcons didn't have a terrible defense, honestly.
They didn't. And
their defense was actually a little better.
James Pierce development through his rookie year, then even better,
Yeah, Raheem Morris is an excellent coordinator. I would really consider him for a job there. But other than that, no chance in hell am I like Vance Joseph. Antonio Pierce, are we serious? Antonio Pierce, can this guy like get a coordinator job first? Listen, I love Antonio Pierce. I love when he talks, he like radiates leadership. I get it, and I guess that's what front office guys see in him as well. Ownership see in him as well. Like when he talks, he looks like a leader. But can he stop like cutting corners and skipping steps? The guy has never even been a coordinator yet. Why is he interviewing for multiple head coaching jobs? I don't understand. Like, let this guy be a coordinator first. He was a linebackers coach, for crying out loud. And then was a head coach for the Raiders and was terrible.
Now, I will say, if Antonio Pierce ever, like, randomly comes across our podcast, he's going to think we're haters.
I love him. I love Antonio Pierce. My dad loves Antonio Pierce.
Please know, you're probably one of the best linebackers the Giants have had in the past 20-something years, bro.
Yes.
We love you.
But my thing is, I would love to consider Antonio Pierce. What's that resume, bro? We can't just get these guys in for, like, everybody's saying, oh, dream scenario, Antonio Pierce at defensive coordinator, fine. But I heard a lot of people talking about him for head coach as well. I'm like, bro, have you guys seen him as a Raiders head coach? Like, you can't just be a leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't just be a talker. We've seen that with like guys like Joe Judge.
Let me quickly go through these comments because everybody tuned in, and I appreciate y'all. We got Toast in the chat, the weird one, Yuvraj. Let me see if there's people that I missed. Oh no, that's it. But there's a lot of comments though. There's a lot of comments.
Yeah, Namar, weird one, Yuvraj, CJ.
Yeah. After seeing all the stuff Ian O'Connor said, I'm super confident Harbaugh is about to be our next head coach. I'm tempering my
Where'd this guy come from? Ian O'Connor.
It.
Well, apparently he's breaking all this news. I've never heard of him a day in my life, and now he's breaking all these news that Tom Coughlin called, Eli Manning called, Brian Dable
I saw
called.
that. And you know what? We'll get to the. I'll read the Harbaugh comments right now because it's what's in the chat. We'll get to the Harbaugh conversation, guys, in the next topic. But I'm just gonna say this, KB. Maybe you agree or disagree. I'm tempering my Harbaugh expectations because. You never know. And also, even if we don't get Harbaugh,
we're Giants fans.
I don't mind Stefanski. I can't believe I'm saying this because it's already been over a month since we talked ourselves into it, KB. But I wouldn't hate McCarthy, and I would love a Shula if we don't get him. You know.
Honestly, I don't think we can really go wrong unless we get Vance Joseph or like Lou Anarumo or something. You know.
Unless get your guy Antonio Pierce.
Unless we also forgot to add Lou Anarumo. He interviewed with the Giants.
Oh, what? I have him on the. It says scheduled for Tuesday. Oh, today's Tuesday. That's why. That's why I have him under the scheduled list, so he's there. But I was like, okay, he's scheduled for Tuesday. I completely forgot today was Tuesday. There you go.
On Tuesday. Sorry.
We got. Let me see here. Rip to the Eagles Super Bowl run. Thank you, buddy. I love it. Let's see. If Seattle Seahawks didn't have Sam Darnold, I would have picked them to win the Super Bowl. Going back to our earlier conversation.
Yeah, we gotta see what happens. What he does in the playoffs.
Let's see here. CJ.
Last year.
Yep. Get Harbaugh, Monken, Denard Wilson. I know that Monken was his guy. I'd be fine with
this. Is my dream scenario. Somebody mentioned that before.
Monken as the OC?
Todd Monken. Yeah, because okay, I think we talked a bit about this on last week's show. Why Harbaugh was fired, right?
Yes, because he didn't want to part with him. Yeah.
And Monken is a really. I think Monken is a good offensive coordinator. I can't tell you from I watched the entire scheme and stuff like that, but from people who do watch film and stuff like that, shout out Dan Schneier with Big Blue Banter. He loves Todd Monken, and I've seen a little bit of their scheme and stuff like that. But like Lamar Jackson has had some of his best seasons, like production wise, under Todd Monken, as opposed to like guys like Greg Roman who didn't utilize Lamar Jackson to the best of his ability, and Harbaugh got pretty much fired because he didn't want to let go of Todd Monken. Todd Monken is out here interviewing for other positions, so he is desired. And if we get John Harbaugh in here, we'll get rid of Joe Shane, get Chad Alexander in here. Then we get Todd Monken as offensive coordinator, and then Denard Wilson, the guy that we wanted from the get-go, who has ties with Baltimore, who was in Baltimore prior to going to Tennessee. Man, this would be a dream. And Denard Wilson would be available because he's pretty much in the open market because there's no Titans coaching staff right now. So let's do it. Like, this seems possible. Shout out CJ for putting up this comment because this seems possible, but we are Giants fans. So like Kush said, we got to temper our expectations because we could just end up, look at all these great candidates. We could end up with Lou Anarumo, man.
Y'all, nobody asked KB to stand up right now after he just went off right there and talked about how much he loves that. Do not ask him to stand up.
Yeah, I will not stand. I will not do it.
Do not ask him to turn his camera a little bit more down. It's going to be a little frightening. All right? Here I said, I kind of like that they're interviewing everyone from experienced head coaches, offensive coaches, defensive coaches, and special teams. Last time they just interviewed Dable and Joe Shane connections. I do agree with that, KB. Yuvraj makes a great point. I could be tripping. I'm trying to think back. The Joe Judge year of head coach candidacy, when we look back at it, wow, it was really some ass. I don't think we would have gotten anybody that would have succeeded here. When you look back on it, obviously hindsight is 2020. So I don't think that was a good head coach search. The Brian Dable one, it was what? Dable, Lou, and I'm trying to remember any other names. Flores. It was a waste. This feels like a way bigger pool than they've ever done before, and a way more diverse pool in terms of experience and everything else. How do you feel about that? Because I agree with you, Raj. I think I not only do I like that this is what they're doing and this is how they're doing it, but I really do feel like there's way more guys in the pool this time around than the past 2 head coaching cycles that the Giants had.
Yeah, that's funny that y'all brought that up, because now that gets me thinking, like, how many experienced coaches have we interviewed? Like, we may have just been in bad positions in bad years where we don't have oh my God, Toast, we don't talk about that, man. We don't talk about that.
We don't. I was too.
I was a simp for Matt Rule. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a simp for Matt Rule. But yeah, I don't know. That's funny that they mentioned. But here's the thing. I think we interviewed Mike McCarthy. Did we not? Did we when we hired Joe Judge
in 2020? I'd be really surprised
because Mike McCarthy was on the open market.
He was on the open market. I'd be surprised because then I would really look back on that previous head coach search and be like, wow, the Giants were dumbasses. They hired a special teams coordinator over an experienced head coach. Like that's what I would be thinking if we actually.
Can somebody confirm that? I'm trying to confirm right now, but some of you guys are faster with getting this information than me.
We did not interview Jim Harbaugh in 2020, bro.
No, Mike McCarthy.
No,
we interviewed Jim Harbaugh. No way, no, we didn't.
No way, we didn't. I remember there talks about us like possibly. I know the fans wanted it to be done. There's no way we interviewed Jim Harbaugh in 2020. I don't think so, bro. Oh, the weird one says he thinks that we did indeed interview Mike McCarthy. Yo, Raj, bro, you got to drop a source or something because I don't remember that. I really don't remember that. While KB is looking for it, and the weird one sort of confirmed, but we want to be sure.
Okay, it's crazy to me because I don't think we did. This is how down in the dumps. Okay, this really goes to show the evolution of like the New York Giants, like their relevance as far as like coaching staffs go, like wanting like a desirable location. You know what I'm saying? We had like Joe Judge, Pat Shurmur, like these guys nobody wanted, and the Giants were forced to hire these guys. And think about the GM pool back in 2018. It was Dave Gettleman and Louis Riddick, the ESPN goober. Like what? That was our top 2 GM candidates. Now, this head coaching search. Now, this is one of the most like.
Oh yeah,
we had
Josh McDaniels too in the fucking thing.
Oh my God! Didn't we have Josh McDaniels twice? We had Josh McDaniels twice. Oh. Because we're too tied with connections. That's all. The New York Giants are way too traditional. Now they're starting to branch out, and they're still having their traditional ties with like Darren Rizzi and Antonio Pierce and stuff like that. I guess they with familiarity, but. Now we're starting to expand and going to actual like desirable coaches. And listen, Brian Daboll was the top head coach in that pool too. I mean, we were able to get him,
and we could beat the dead horse that is the Brian Daboll situation. We could beat it to death. Like yes, I'll
always miss him.
Coach. I think that he did deserve to get fired. There's a lot of stuff that he didn't do well as a head coach, but I don't think it was necessarily just his fault that he got fired. Clearly, Joe Shane is way more at fault. We will always be sad that it didn't work out because Daboll almost he seemed like he was the one, bro. Right? We could beat it to death, but I agree with you. Daboll was the top guy during that search, but it kind of goes to show, as you're saying, it's crazy that this is the one where we're interviewing guys with the most experience. And then on top of that, I said, I think it's just a bigger pool, bro. I feel like those other pools are maybe 4 or 5 guys. This is a pool that's dead ass.
This is like unprecedented freaking territory we're going under. First of all, I think this is the most head coach openings that we've ever seen. This is 9 head coach openings, which is crazy. And then there's plenty of candidates out there, right? A lot of coordinators really opening a lot of people's eyes, like Klint Kubiak, Jesse Minter, guys like that. So, I'm happy we're out of the era of Josh McDaniels being interviewed every year, and Arthur Smith is still being interviewed in some places, but only by undesirable like Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, is bringing in John Harbaugh for a visit, and also Brian Daboll. I want to see Brian Daboll go to Tennessee, bro. I want to see Brian Daboll go to Tennessee.
He would be great for Ward FC, bro. Ward FC would be in great
hands. Didn't he say his something about the type? Remember when that was his first win, which would come full circle if he ends up being a Titans head coach. But remember when he won that Titans game, and it was something about his his grandmother or something like that. Oh, his grandmother passed away or something like that. But something about the Titans that made that win special to him. I don't know what it was, guys. Back in 2022.
And either way, like we know Dable also loves Ward. Like he
Yeah.
loves Jackson Dart because he's been literally spreading the good word. He's been putting in good word with like it seems like everybody. And then I think I saw Ari Meroff's My Sports Update on Twitter. He even said that Dable put in a good word with John Harbaugh about Jackson Dart. Like he was basically selling the Giants and Jackson Dart to John
multiple
Harbaugh.
Giant
Fucking love
connections.
Dable
I was
for that, man.
surprised. I was surprised by
I love him for
Dable
that.
doing that. Yeah.
Also, you know, it also helps. I'm not saying he's doing it to help him out. I think he's doing it because he's just a good dude. But it also helps him out, KB, because just like in the real world, if you speak favorably of your last employer, and your last employer generally speaks favorably of you, it helps you out in terms of getting another job.
It does.
Like,
listen, I'm always gonna have love for Brian Dable. I want to see him succeed. I want him back in the NFL. And you know what? If he has to whoop our ass, then what? You know, let's have the best freaking showdown ever. I mean, I wouldn't go down without a fight, but like if we lose to Brian Dable, I'm gonna be like, good on you, Brian Dable. Good
exactly.
game, you know what I'm saying?
And if he does get the Titans job, because the Titans job is not in great standing right now because all they have is literally Cam and nobody else. But if he gets the Titans job, we'll see him next year because shout out to Jackson Dart FC. He's playing all of the rookie quarterbacks from his draft class. So we're playing the Saints and we're playing the Titans next year and we're playing the Browns next year. So like he's gonna run the gauntlet of the rookie QBs. Toe said that the Falcons passing D was ranked first for a good part of the season, going back to when you were talking about Raheem Morris and defense. Patrick says, I heard that Dable could be Philly's next OC. I don't think so. I think he's getting a head coaching interview, maybe not. But if he goes to Philly, like he's gonna fucking crush us. Make no mistake about it.
I guarantee. Okay, if John Harbaugh, let's just say John Harbaugh actually goes to the Giants, Dable is gonna be their next best option in Tennessee. I mean, they had fucking Jason Garrett and Arthur Smith as their other candidates. I mean, there's no way Dable is gonna get beat there.
Yeah, Shula, I think is going to Pittsburgh. That wouldn't be a bad matchup. You know, defensive guy to the historical defense.
You know, it's crazy. I want Harbaugh so bad, but like Chris Shula.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna quickly finish up these comments. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If I didn't get your comment, I'm sorry. This is gonna be the last one for now. Forget that the Giants are going all out for Harbaugh. Well, they very publicly made it known that he's their number one choice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's smart. Like it could work out for the best. I think
it's obvious, so they just played into it.
I don't think it's ever smart though to let your hand be known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like never let your hand be known. You want to? What if they don't get him? And then let's say we do go for Chris Shula. Chris Shula is gonna be happy he gets the job. He's gonna be like, damn, I was like their third fucking choice or some shit. Like you know what I mean? Just it is what it is. Oh yeah, somebody said we interviewed. Or the weird one says we interviewed Eric Bieniemy in 2020 as well.
Oh yes. Yo, Jaden. All I have to say to that is go watch Sean McVay's last game as a offensive coordinator. Okay. Before he became the Rams head coach. It was terrible. So just watch his last game. Yeah, I don't think that matters. It's not like how did you perform in the last game of your coordinator,
your
tenure?
position.
It's really all about everything that you've done, your whole resume.
Yeah. And with the guys that we conducted interviews with so far, I guess to wrap it back around, yeah, you know, Kevin Stefanski, I think they've also made it publicly known that Kevin Stefanski is their number two. Like they've made it publicly known, like their 1 and 2 is Harbaugh and Stefanski. And then there's reporters everywhere saying anything, and everything could be false. But when you got so many reporters reporting very, very similar things, you know where to smoke their fire. That's what you hope. The guy basically said, if the Giants don't get Harbaugh, they're getting Stefanski.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
Stefanski was their number one before John Harbaugh.
That lasted one day. That lasted one day.
Yo, they were about to go all out for Stefanski, and then they saw John Harbaugh, and it was that meme. It was literally that meme that turn around and look back. Is that John Harbaugh?
Yep. Yo, listen, it's because it's all right, guys. I have a big secret. All right, me and KB have a big secret to tell y'all. KB, I'm sorry. I know
we're pregnant. The way you said it, I had to take that opportunity. Why'd you say it? The question is, who's the one with the baby? Yeah, you can't say it like that, man. You can't say it like that. He's like
What the fuck is wrong with saying, yo, we
me and
got a
KB
big
have a
secret?
secret to tell you. Like, what the hell?
No, the fact that you're connecting it to we're pregnant, you better let your girl know you want a kid, bro. You better let your girl know you want a kid. What's going on, bro? What's really going on, yo? What?
Oh
Oh my
god.
god.
No.
All right. All right. As I was saying, I
Oh
know
yeah.
that KB wanted to keep this under wraps for a big time in connection to, the Giants immediately turned to Harbaugh. Listen, the Giants watch our podcast, bro. They watched that week 6 or week 7 episode where I was like, yo, John Harbaugh gets fired. And Kevin was like, yo, if John Harbaugh gets fired, listen, they watch our podcast. So, they internalize that, they listen to us, and then it is what it is. Don't let me find out that Chris Mara is a fan of the show, bro. All of a sudden, all the slander I'm saying goes
Yo,
out the
apparently
window.
he
You
called
better know.
too. He had like
What
lunch
happened?
with Harbaugh.
Yeah, they're going all out. They're going all out and all in, bro. They're
Bro,
trying
yeah.
to who is Harbaugh's on his, you know what? We're getting so far ahead because
Who's on his list? His final.
Let's keep that for the next topic because we
Okay.
barely talked about this topic. Harbaugh is literally the next topic.
I mean,
All right,
literally, the only people like worth considering is Klint and Stefanski. That's it.
we talked about Stefanski. We actually didn't talk about Klint at all. To be fair.
Oh.
Let's talk about
Well,
Klint a
we
little bit.
did speak a lot about Klint in other episodes, but for people that don't know,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could just talk about Klint now. I mean, we'll get onto that, Namar. That's the next subject, the next topic. This is the interviews that we already conducted. And Klint Kubiak was, when these lists first came out, he was my number one. This is before Stefanski got released, this is before Harbaugh. This is before we even knew anything about Chris Shula, right? Klint Kubiak was my obvious choice there because one, he's like following this like mold of this really good run recently of first-year offensive coordinators just doing really well for themselves and becoming head coach candidates. And Klint Kubiak's kind of following in that direction. He has the Kubiak name, so there's some royalty there. And he's taken right after his dad. And the Seahawks offense is absolutely insane if you guys ever watched them.
Technically, if you want to go a roundabout way, so what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name, bro? Gary Kubiak, his dad, was the OC for the Broncos when Elway was the QB and they won the Super Bowls. When also he was under Mike Shanahan, right? Kyle Shanahan's dad. So Gary Kubiak is from the Mike Shanahan tree. And then Gary Kubiak came back years later. Remember, he was the OC, won a Super Bowl with Elway. He came back years later. That 2015 Broncos team he was the head coach of, where he was, with Peyton Manning. And then obviously Klint Kubiak also spent time with Kyle Shanahan. So both father and son spent time with both Shanahans. They're both from two different Shanahan trees, unless you want to consider Kyle Shanahan the Mike Shanahan tree, because Kyle Shanahan is Mike Shanahan's seed. But that's a completely different topic. But I just want to throw that out there.
Just
as well.
Football royalty all around was from Klint Kubiak, like the Kubiaks, right? Like, so they're highly respected, and he's another great offensive mind. And he's definitely a guy I won't be mad about. Now, he's like my fourth option now, but he's a guy. This is a great pool to choose from, honestly. Like fourth would be number one in a lot of other years,
Well, as you said, fourth was number one for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And then when he wasn't number one, he was 1A or 1B next to Chris Shula. Literally until Stefanski and Harbaugh became available, those were the guys we were looking at. And you know what? Let's just, everybody wants it. And so do we. Let's not play games here. Let's just go on to the next one, which is head coach interviews that we've already requested or already scheduled. The big guy there, John Harbaugh. So, yeah, KB, just now we were just asking, who do you think is on his list, like towards the top of his list? It's the Giants, and I saw a report. Who was the other team I saw the report for, man?
Falcons, Titans, and Browns.
Yeah, I think it was Titans. I was surprised by Titans. I think what I saw, KB, literally is that, Harbaugh and Stefanski, they're going to either the Titans or the Giants because of the young QBs. So if the Titans get Harbaugh, the Giants are against Stefanski. If the Giants get Harbaugh, the Titans are against Stefanski. That's what I saw. Do you believe that report?
I don't know, because there are other attractive locations. The Falcons are an attractive location, because they have some sort of a team there, and they're a little bit better off, honestly, than the Titans are right now. So like Harbaugh can just shift straight to, because they have a young QB too and Michael Penix, but I mean I don't even know how long Michael Penix would what's going on with that situation there with his health or anything like that. But there's some other ones. I don't know necessarily if it's like one or the other, because Stefanski can mess around and join the Ravens too. I mean, didn't he go in for an interview or no? I don't remember.
I think he did. Isn't it crazy that the AFC North, 3 of their head coaches no longer have their jobs, and the guy that kept his job was probably the least talented head coach in Zach Taylor. And the reason Zach Taylor still has a job is because the Cincinnati owners are famously
next year
very,
will
very
be his
cheap.
year. Next year will be his year. He'll probably leave. Or maybe he won't. You're right, because they kept freaking Marvin Lewis for so long. And
it's because they're cheap.
Did he succeed Marvin Lewis? No, he didn't, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He did? Marvin Lewis was around for that long? Oh my
Marvin
God.
Lewis was around for a while.
Marvin Lewis has been there since Chad Ochocinco was there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. What? So how long has Zach Taylor been there?
Since, was it 2019 or 2020? One out of the two? Right? The worst coach in the AFC North, which was a division that had like three great coaches.
2019. Holy moly.
He survived.
Marvin Lewis was there from 2003 to 2018. Holy crap.
And for those of you that don't know, basically Mike Tomlin sort of was hired from his position today. So it's kind of funny because that last game, everybody was like, okay, this decides who gets fired. Well, both of them don't have their jobs with their team anymore.
Here's
Tomlin,
the thing.
most likely,
he's going to
spend time, they said, in TV for a year and then go on ahead because the Steelers still have his rights. Go ahead.
Yes, that's the caveat to it. If a team wants him now, they have to trade for him. He can't sign anywhere. He has to get traded. That's why he's stepping down as head coach. He's not fired. So he's still gonna get paid. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that he's gonna take I mean, apparently this was his plan to begin with. Like he's gonna go into Fox. He already has a contract with Fox apparently. Yeah. I think he's gonna replace Terry Bradshaw at Fox. That's what Roger said. I think.
You think he's done with coaching altogether? Wow, what the hell?
Somebody said that he already had a contract with Fox. Now these contracts are, when it comes to studios. Remember, Tom Brady was supposed to go with Fox, and then he had that one more year with Tampa Bay. Remember? So I think you sign the contract, and you just, whenever you're done doing your thing, your coaching thing, you just go there. So I don't think there's a specific time that he needs to be there. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see. Because it would be kind of crazy that Tomlin would be like done with coaching. Somebody say he looks tired of coaching.
I think he's burnt out. I think he's burnt out. If you look at the last,
that KB is because how is Harbaugh not burnt out? They spent literally the same amount of time coaching. Like,
they win playoff games. They win playoff games. He has a young quarterback, and they've always been like the Ravens are always looked at as Super Bowl contenders. When was the last time anybody's picked the Pittsburgh Steelers to get anywhere in the playoffs? I mean,
I think literally the last time they won a playoff game, which was 2016. Because that 2020 team that went 12-4, everybody knew they were frauds, and they were frauds the moment that they lost.
And you know what's crazy? We were talking about how, like, we were talking at the same time we were talking about Harbaugh possibly being a head coach candidate all the way back when freaking Brian Dable was fired, and even before. I think we even talked about it before that because we knew the writing was on the wall. We were also talking about Mike Tomlin as well, and I always said, like, I'll take them both. Honestly, I'm looking at it now, and I don't think I would take Mike Tomlin. I don't think I would take Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great head coach, possibly a Hall of Fame head coach. But if you look at his track record,
he is a Hall of Fame.
he'll get in. But if you look at his track record, you cannot, like, at least Harbaugh has won divisions, won playoff games, finished with great records. Like, I'm sorry, saying that he's never had a losing season is very misleading, because he's gone 500 a couple times, and also he does like the bare minimum to get over 500. He's like 9-7, 10-7, or whatever, 10-6 or whatever. It's like he's not like killing the freaking regular season and like doing something in the playoffs. Like, nobody ever considers the Steelers as an actual playoff contender, and last time he's won a Super Bowl was before even Harbaugh. Like, Come on. So
And I'll say this. I'll say this: the guy that everybody hates on KB. Once again, this is who I'm going to lead to. The guy that we talked ourselves into a month and a half ago, Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has the same resume as John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, bro.
yeah,
Coach with one of the most historic teams in NFL history. Coach basically all winning seasons. Basically all winning seasons wherever he's been, and has one Super Bowl title from over 10 years ago. He has the same resume as these guys. He's just not looked at in the same light. And I truly don't know why. I really don't know why.
Honestly, I think it's because he was with two teams. I think so. I think
remember when he left Green Bay? Like even people like there's a reason he ended up with the Cowboys, bro. Like people.
Oh, because I think when he ended up with Green Bay and there was a lot of controversy around him, I think it was because of how it went down in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think there was a lot of controversy there between like how Mike McCarthy is as a coach and like I guess a person, and same thing with Aaron Rodgers. So there's that.
So there's that. Let me read a couple of these. Per Ian Rappaport, KB had dinner with John Harbaugh. I
might make an AI photo of that. I might make an AI photo of that.
He probably got impregnated by him too, since that's his fantasies. So somebody make an AI photo of that for me, and I'll put it up on the stream. It's going to be pretty hard for the Giants to not get a head coach, assuming they aren't dumb. I agree with you. I'm trying to look. Who do you think is the better job, Atlanta or Tennessee? I think we already talked about that, right? I think it's Atlanta just because they have more to work with.
Yeah, even though I would say Tennessee is better off with their quarterback, there's just so much building you have to do with Tennessee. Like you have to be in it for the long haul. As far as Falcons go, you're gonna probably like gut it out with Michael Penix to see what you got, but then you could just draft a quarterback and see what you have from there. But like you have a good foundation with the Falcons, to be honest. And it's a really easy division.
And KB, here is the comment to turn us back around to the topic. The one that Namar asked a while ago, thoughts on Jesse Minter. I don't know what to think about him, KB. I think, you know what? Yeah, he's a good DC, but I still don't see why a lot of people are still so high on him. I'm like, yeah, he's a good DC.
I was about to say the same exact thing. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't know what people are looking at to like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or to love him, not to like him. I like him. I don't love
people
him.
Love him. Yeah, people love him. People love him, and like I think Bobby said that he's his number 2 option right now. It goes Harbaugh, Minter, Shula.
Maybe it deals with the fact that he coaches up a really good Chargers defense. I think the Chargers defense is probably one of the more underrated ones.
Underrated.
You don't get it here talked about a lot.
Right.
I think he coaches up a really good underrated defense. When you actually examine that roster, KB. Can you really name people on the Chargers defense like that? Derwin James, okay, sure. And Derwin James hasn't been on the top of his game for a couple of years. When you really think about it, KB, who else is on that defense? Is it because of that? Is it because he's coaching up these guys and it's like, wait a minute, there's not too much star power here. There's just sort of, some guys that are working well with his system. Could you think that's it? And does that change anything for you? Does that make you say, actually, I don't love him yet, but still, I'm more impressed now when I think about the fact of who's on that defensive roster.
Yeah, that's definitely how it is. It's all about coaching. Like this is why like Shanahan really impresses me as a coach, right? Because no matter who is on his roster, they always are productive, and that is a really good sign that hey, the coaching is really good over there, and it could be the same thing for Jesse Minter. I guess that's why people really love him that much. So,
because like I'm now I actually talk myself not into Jesse Minter, but I talk myself into the exercise. I said I can name Derwin James, I can name old ass Khalil Mack, I can't name anybody else, bro. Can you name anybody?
Damn, I don't know, because like Joey Bosa ain't there no more. Freaking my guy Uchenna Nwasu isn't there anymore.
They got Jason Oweh.
Oh, they do, right? Do they? They have Jason Oweh. Hold on. Now that gets me curious. Let me look at this Chargers freaking our lads. Look at the defense.
What up, John Topic? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope the fam is good, bro.
Oh my God, the freaking ad blocker for our lads.
Maybe that's genuinely why people love him and why dudes that we respect a lot.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, okay. You know what's the biggest thing? Tony Jefferson is their starting safety. Remember, Tony Jefferson played for us for a little bit with Wink, and he's old as hell. And every time I watch the Chargers play, he has an interception. I'm no joke. Like, so he's still being productive. Old ass Tony Jefferson. Let's see. They have. Is this Cam Hart? Is this the guy I'm thinking about? No, it's not the guy I'm thinking about.
Are we slowly kind of, like I said, I don't think we're talking ourselves into
Convincing
mentor,
ourselves.
but I think we're both becoming more impressed with him.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think you should just look. Oh, they have Justin Oboigbe, my guy. You just look at the Chargers defense, and the fact that they're even good tells you that it's definitely the coaching.
Yeah.
It's definitely the coaching. Oh, Minter.
So Jesse Minter.
Yavrar says Minter is such a Raven.
I think the next Raven head coach should be oh no, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Steelers, my bad guys. But you know what, since I was gonna go on it, I'll say it anyway. I think the next Steelers head coach should be exactly how they hired their last one. Go get the Vikings DC. Brian Flores, next Steelers head coach. There you go.
Yeah.
But with Jesse Minter, you know what, bro? Casual description of him, Kyle Shanahan of a defense. He got nothing and he's making a great something out of it. All right. Oh, yeah, that's two people now. CJ is also seeing Minter is a Raven. So, Chris Shula then. I guess we touched on Mike McCarthy. We touched on John Harbaugh throughout the entirety of the stream. Chris Shula is the only guy we kind of didn't really talk about, I guess. But we've talked about him so much on other streams. I don't know what else to say other than I think that he, in my opinion, is my favorite defensive guy in the entire pool. I know we just talked about how impressive what Jesse Minter is doing but Chris Shula is also leading an impressive defense, and I think he also deserves credit for stuff like the development of the Rams' young core. Their defense is really built out for the draft. Byron Young. Why am I forgetting dude's name that does this, bro? Like, this is a celebration. Like, the defensive end, defensive rookie of the year.
From where? From the Rams?
The Rams.
They have Byron Young.
Number zero.
Kobe Turner?
Well, Kobe Turner is there. No. The pass rusher. But also Kobe Turner. Why am I forgetting his name? Jared Verse. Thank you.
Jared Verse. There we go.
This guy KB, bro. He's a casual. What the hell?
Man, I have not watched the Rams in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I have not watched the Rams on defense too much.
Yeah, but the thing that attracts me the most to him, as you guys already know, is the fact that Sean McVay groomed him. Pause. But Sean McVay has said that he's the guy he spent the most time with since he's been a head coach in terms of helping prepare to be another head coach for another team, and that is really, really something that I look forward to. And the other guy that they scheduled for is KB's favorite guy, Lou Anarumo. But as KB said, he did the interview today. And, we actually didn't talk about him at all. So I'm going to let you take it away. That's your guy.
Lou Anarumo has one of the worst resumes you can have for a head coach you'll ever see in your life. He was the defensive coordinator for the Colts. He still is a defensive coordinator for the Colts. And this is a Colts team that absolutely collapsed at the end of the season. Did not get good production out of their defense. And then the Cincinnati Bengals, he was with them for 5 or 6 seasons. And when has the Bengals ever been known for their defense besides when Marvin Lewis was there? And then Lou Anarumo before that was the Giants' secondary coach, DB coach. First of all, how stupid of the Bengals to hire the Giants DB coach for 1 season in 2018 and say that this guy's a defensive coordinator. My God. Then he was with the Dolphins, I think, prior to that. But, bro, this guy Lou Anarumo is absolutely terrible. So I don't even want to talk about this guy. He is at the very bottom of my list. I'd rather have Vance Joseph than Lou Anarumo. Give me anybody else on that list besides. Give me Darren Rizzi over Lou Anarumo. Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I would.
Darren Rizzi is below him for me just because he's a special teams coordinator.
Give me Antonio Pierce over Lou Anarumo. Okay. Give me Antonio Pierce as before Lou Anarumo.
You know what that makes me want to do, bro? This is actually really good. This is really good. I'm gonna open up a Google Doc and we're gonna rank these guys. We're gonna do it right now. Blank document. Let me paste all these names. Oh my God, what the hell? Why is it all black? The hell is this? All right, all All right, let me share my screen. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. KB, talk to the chat while I set this up.
Bet. It was a good chat. I don't know if you guys saw chat. Follow me on Instagram. Well, I always put my shorts on all the platforms, but I went freaking viral on freaking Instagram, bro.
Oh, for which one?
I did the John Hamm meme. The John Hamm meme, the ooh,
Yeah.
it was for the Eagles game. But everyone freaking loved that, man. I need to start doing more shorts and stuff like that. But that thing was funny. Listen, guys, that freaking weekend had me so pumped, man. Had me so pumped. The Eagles losing the way they did. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh damn, my man got a whole. Got a whole sheet here.
Let's do a quick doc. So, who's number one? And then I'm gonna put them at the top. Number one, I think, is John Harbaugh, right? So let's get him. Let's go ahead.
Nothing beats the 2022 Brian Dable edit. I still look at it, I get chills, bro. Why couldn't he work out? Why?
This guy is number two. No, now this is our number two. Is our number two Kevin Stefanski? Is our number two still Chris Shula? What are you thinking?
No, I think my number two would be Chris Shula.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, that's I'm so much more of a fan because we talked about Stefanski. Why the hell I can't see the shits? We talked about Stefanski. I think he does have a good resume, but we went over like what his offenses actually were like as a quote unquote offensive guy. It's not as impressive as it should be, which is why I still got to do like Chris Shula above him. The real question now is that do you have Klint Kubiak above him for number 3?
Man. Oh man. Yes.
He said yes.
What about you?
You want? I would too. Like I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
But you struggled a little bit. You want to give the chat. What was your deciding factor? Was it like we said? Like
it's because yeah, it's like I'm fine like having one like young hotshot like Chris Shula, first time head coach over like a Kevin Stefanski who has experience, but having two of them is a little harder for me. It's almost like I'm expecting both of them to work out better than Kevin Stefanski. But I think I would put Stefanski at number 4. I think I would put Stefanski at number 4. I know a lot of you, Raj, a lot of people are saying Minter should be like top 3 and stuff like that. I know a lot of people agree with that. To be honest, I don't know too much about Minter. He kind of just popped up out of nowhere. I would probably I can't put 3 coordinated like first time.
Yeah, I'm
head coaches over.
Number 3.
I just can't do 3 of them. 2 of them was stretching it for me. I don't know if I could do 3. So I'm gonna put Stefanski at number 4. Yeah.
By the way, Stanley, I agree with you. You can't underestimate Mike Tomlin's coaching because 19 years and at 500s, nothing to sneeze at and diminish. I agree with you. I don't think KB diminishes his ladder. I think he was just saying,
my gosh,
like, the times that he hasn't lost was just like barely hasn't.
Wait, you can't.
But I agree with you. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
It is impressive. It is impressive. But when everybody keeps saying that he's never had a losing season, is like it's misleading because the guy only had one 13-win season, maybe 1 or 2 12-win seasons. Everything else has been like 10 wins, 9 wins, 8 wins, like and then winning no playoff games in almost 10 years is really crazy. I
think number 5 is Minter. I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead.
You may disagree with me on this, but Yuvraj said it nicely. I'm thinking McCarthy, like just in my head, I'm thinking McCarthy over Stefanski.
You would put McCarthy at 4 and Stefanski at 5?
I think so. Yes, I think so. I think I like McCarthy over Stefanski. McCarthy has just way better of a track record. I mean, Stefanski has 2 winning seasons. In his career.
If you guys were on that stream, I think I brought up to KB. I was like, let's take a look, and we were both like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This resume is insane.
I was like, hold on. If I'm consistent with myself, I don't want to be a hypocrite. This guy has an outstanding resume.
So I don't mind it. Wait a minute. Was
That
McCarthy
makes
already
Minter
done one?
a
Because this
number
like scheduled
6
from
option.
this says Monday night and Tuesday. Was his
Oh,
interview
maybe
done
he
today?
did. Maybe he did.
Okay, okay. So number six. Okay, yeah, number
McCarthy is
seven.
a fatter Harbaugh. They're the same guy, just one's
No,
fatter.
literally, bro. McCarthy is a fatter offensive Harbaugh or a fatter offensive Tomlin. I
That's
literally said.
funny.
I think these three guys, McCarthy, Tomlin, Harbaugh, all have extremely eerily similar resumes, bro.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl over 10 years ago. Coached an extremely long time with one of the best franchises in NFL history and more historic ones, and also coached winning seasons more often than not. Mike McCarthy, when we looked at it, I think he only has 2 or 3 losing seasons to his freaking head coach resume. That shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
and on top of that, he always goes high wins in the regular season. 12 wins, 13 wins. Yeah.
When he was with the Cowboys for like 4 or 5 years, 2 or 3 of those 4 or 5 years are like 12-win seasons.
He went
You know what I mean?
he went 15-2 back when the Giants beat Aaron Rodgers and him in the playoffs, but they went 15-2. You know, like he's
we both know the clip you're talking about. Dart's going off of what he knows, which is probably not more than what we know.
Yeah.
But yeah. My bad, I cut you off. You were saying 15 and something with Rodgers?
I think it was in the 2011 playoffs. McCarthy went 15-2 with Aaron Rodgers.
Wasn't that
yeah,
when
we beat them in the playoffs. Yeah, when we went to the Super Bowl.
All right, who the hell is number 7?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go.
I don't think it matters
Morris,
at this point.
I'm gonna go.
Raheem Morris probably the best one out of those.
Morris,
yeah.
Let's see.
Did Mike Kafka get any other interviews besides us?
Hell no.
He was a weirdly hot name last year
for like 2 seasons in a row. Last year,
yeah, 2 seasons. Like he was the runner-up for that Cardinals job and also the Colts job.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess I'd go freaking Vance Joseph 8.
Let me go back. Let me see here. Yeah, Vance Joseph. I mean, everybody else has no experience.
Number 9. Yeah, this is where it really gets to like, I don't care. This is where I'm just like, you know what? This is my inner fandom. I'll go Antonio Pierce 9, bro. I really don't care about at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll go Lou Anarumo 10. Mike Kafka, you're getting ranked at the last of the list, buddy.
I would literally take Mike Kafka over Lou Anarumo.
Listen, I'll go Lou Anarumo 11 then.
Because it's different not having an expansive resume. Like, that's one thing, but it's another thing having that expansive resume and it being absolute shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can deal with Chris Shula never being a head coach before and liking him over a guy like Anarumo who has longer years in the NFL has done nothing with it.
Why the fuck? Okay. You wanna be weird, buddy?
Yo, I hate freaking documents sometimes. Yeah.
All right, there you go. It really only matters like, oh wow, there's 12 guys. The first 6 guys. The first 6 is what matters.
Yeah.
You're low key Kafka at 7. Hell no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna disagree with you there, buddy. Hell
Why you guys like Mike Kafka for, man?
Hell no, bro.
I think everybody likes it. I think people are starting to open up to Kafka because he disciplined Abdul Carter.
Hey, you know what? Credit to him for that. But Mike Kafka, I'm not hiring a dude that looks like a like slightly fatter, because he's not fat, but a slightly fatter, bald, older version of Daniel Jones, bro. He literally looks like that. That is what Mike Kafka
Daniel
looks like,
Jones
bro.
after he went bald, bro.
Daniel Jones in 20 years looks exactly like Mike Kafka, bro. Like, trust me. I'm not hiring that guy to be the head coach of my team. But this is crazy, KB, because I think we might be the only people that have Kevin Stefanski and Jesse Minter as number 5 and 6 on our head coach preference for the New York Giants. That's kind of crazy. What does that say about us?
It tells you that we don't listen to the popular stuff. We're not with the crowd. We think for ourselves here on this show, And a lot of times we are right. Listen, Stefanski, I think, is getting a little bit over. Like, I like Stefanski. He's cool. I think he's being a little bit overblown right now.
It's
I
the
think
Browns tax.
people.
It's the Browns tax,
It's
bro. He's the
exactly.
only
It's
dude
the
to have
fact
success
that
with the
he
Browns.
was like the only Browns coach to have 2 11-win seasons like ever with their franchise. So it's like, I get it. And listen, you have a winning season as a head coach with the Browns. You automatically win Coach of the Year. I get it, but I just don't. There was too much going on in Cleveland for me to say that he wasn't a part of any of that. Like, he was just. You're telling me that there was so much controversy in Cleveland and he was just sitting back and he had no fault in that whatsoever? No, definitely not. And on top of that, as much as I've become a Shador critic, he really. It was hard for me to ignore that he honestly looked like he genuinely was sabotaging Shador Sanders. And, whether you like Shador Sanders or not, you should never do that to a player or a team because of your own personal issues. You know what I mean? So, I don't like that at all. So,
it's so funny that you brought that up because you guys know I'm a huge fan of RDC World, the group that makes skits. And the fact that they made a skit.
They made a Stefanski skit?
They made a Stefanski skit towards the end of the
snap.
season. They were like, how does Seahawks head coach be with Shador Sanders? And I was like, the fact that they made a skit about it legitimately shows you how everybody, not just the Shador fans, because the Shador fans get crazy.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that Stefanski was just like, bro, like this ain't like you're doing some bullshit right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're just doing some
and
bullshit.
Yeah, and I was critical of Shador, but I can't ignore that either. Like damn. How you got Quinshawn Judkins at Wildcat formation for two drives in a row? Oh my God, that's crazy. Did not want that kid to score a touchdown.
He's so angry with with the Browns, man. He was just so angry with them for going against his wishes and picking Shador. I don't know what to say. Anyway, I quickly
they thought Dylan Gabriel was gonna be any good. Like, come on.
Oh man. So there's our top 6 with the color coding. It actually kind of makes it easier to read low key. Ravens, Rams, Seahawks, Packers / Cowboys, Browns, Chargers. I didn't color code the last 6. I mean,
and we should also take into account the teams that these guys are coming from because it adds connections and influence. Think about John Harbaugh and the Ravens. Like, we're gonna have connections to Ravens players. Shula will have connections to Rams players. Like, with Stefanski, we'll have connection to Browns players. Like, what the fuck? Like, and even so, they probably don't even like Stefanski as it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to think about it from that point of view as well. And I know a lot of people are gonna have Stefanski and Minter higher on their own lists, but I like the young hotshots. I still like them. I know the Giants don't have a good track record with these guys. Brian Dable, Joe Judge. I get it, but Shula has been a disciple of.
Whoa! Wait! I gotta stop you. Did you just say Joe Judge when talking about a young hotshot? Joe Judge was that?
Yeah, you're right. He's Darren Rizzi. Darren Rizzi. I know. He's Darren Rizzi. Well, what I mean with the young head coach that all of these owners are looking at because they're jealous and they want their own Sean McVay. That's the thing.
The young hotshot term.
Shout out El Jefe from the Twitter chat.
Shout out El Jefe too. So, but I agree with you. I think that these quote unquote young hotshots are two legit ass dudes in Shula and Kubiak, which is why he's above Stefanski and Minter. And as we said before, Mike McCarthy has one of the most impressive coaching resumes and records in the league. People go take a look at it if you haven't seen it. Shout out to Nova in the chat. What do I know about the Roach? I got tired of bullshit. I know that it's Berleezy, and I know that I've been watching RDC since literally the When People Take Anime Too Far skits, buddy. I've been there since day one, since 2014, 2013. But
oh my God! Yobraj said if we get Harbaugh, we'll get Tyler Linderbaum. Oh! I wanted Tyler Linderbaum since the draft, brother.
Yeah.
He was my JMS.
So says a guy with the last name Kubiak does not fail. Has there been more Kubiaks than Gary and Mike?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just his dad. But I think he's just saying, Gary Kubiak.
You know what, KB? Because I'm just gonna finish color coding these, bro. You got the chat.
Oh my God!
If you want to continue the coach talk or if they're saying something. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Listen, guys, and like I said, say we get Harbaugh as a head coach, I would love to see if Denard Wilson is available. Now, and somebody can check. I mean, listen, the Titans were miserable last season, so I don't know how Denard Wilson did as the defensive coordinator for the Titans, but either way, I would strongly consider it. There's a lot of connections there. You bring John Harbaugh, and everything will reset with John Harbaugh. You'll get Chad Alexander from the Chargers, assistant GM, who was formerly with the Ravens for a while. Then you'll get Todd Monken as OC. Oh, come on. Am I preaching or what, baby? Come on. Tyler Linderbaum at center. Come on. Maybe we'll bring my longtime favorite cornerback, Marlon Humphrey, on the back end of his career for a cheap contract to be our cornerback. Yes.
I was literally about to say, I think dude's at the end of his career, man.
Give me Marlon Humphrey, man. But man, yes. Kubiak would be nice too. I just don't know. See, with these younger guys like Klint Kubiak, this is his first year at offensive coordinator. So if he becomes a head coach of the Giants, like I don't think he's gonna have much influence of bringing in Seahawks players. Like he's not gonna have much of a relationship with these guys. Maybe he'll bring in a couple of players here and there, but you know, who's he gonna bring? Freaking Kenny Walker or something? Like I don't know. If we get John Harbaugh, we probably get players from the Chargers as well. Their brother connection, possibly. Well, if we get if we get Chad Alexander, that makes sense, Toast, because if we get Chad Alexander, he's the assistant GM for the Chargers right now, and he has a big connection with John Harbaugh.
I don't even think you need Chad Alexander to get players from the Chargers because Jason Oweh is from the Ravens, and you know he went to the Chargers. There was no connection here. Than
he played for both brothers.
Yeah. So
a big no on Marlon Humphrey, bro. Just let me dream, bro. Just let me dream. Let me dream that this is good old like 2021 Marlon Humphrey, bro. Or maybe before that, 2020.
12 coaches, and then we're probably missing somebody, but 12 coaches. This is the biggest coaching pool that I can remember, and it's the most diverse in terms of what these guys' backgrounds are, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't want to jinx it because I don't know how this team's ownership. I'm not going to say this team. I don't know how this team's ownership is going to mess stuff up, but that's what it is. And I know, not everybody agrees with it, including people in our chat, and that's completely fine. But that top six, as me and KB said, if we get any one of those top six guys, I'm happy. Like, it's a very, very, very strong top six. KB, isn't it crazy that there's literally 6 guys that we wouldn't have any issue with being the next head coach of the Giants?
That's awesome because usually there's only like 4 or 5 guys to choose from, and we hate all of them.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember I was coming out of work when we hired Joe Judge. I was coming out of work and I was at the gas station. I said the Giants just hired Joe Judge. I said, who the fuck is Joe Judge? And then Pat Shurmur, I was like, oh my god, did we get a former Browns head coach, bro? Really? The only one I was really excited, I was excited about Brian Daboll. I knew Brian Daboll was a Giant since that divisional playoff game.
And let me see. I was gonna say something in relation. God
Who's
damn
Jay
it! You said
Harbaugh?
something. I don't know. Is he somebody's son? Is he Jim Harbaugh's son? Because Jim is old as shit, right? Jim is old as hell.
John is old too. John is like 63.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna say, KB. In terms of why or one reason, there's a couple reasons why the head coaching pool is so big and why like literally half of them could be good guys. But one reason why we have all of this is because of Jackson Dart. The reason the pool is so big is because of Jackson
Influence. Dart. This is what happens. We talked about this when Jaden Daniels, after his rookie season, this is before the Giants drafted Jackson Dart. The reason why, of course, it's always good to have a franchise quarterback is because you perform well and he's the leader of your team. But another reason why is that he is an attraction. He is an attraction.
He's a franchise quarterback going into year 2.
He makes your entire franchise desirable to work for. Okay? And Jackson Dart, he has aura, just unlimited aura. All right? And
He has a cheap rookie QB contract that's only entering year 2.
And shame all you clowns that even though like Fernando Mendoza is likable. I like Fernando Mendoza. I hope he does well in the NFL. But the fact that when we were projected the number 1 overall pick, the fact that people wanted to draft Mendoza and do something with Jackson Dart, you guys are freaking crazy and ridiculous. But yeah, he's our guy, bro. Jackson Dart's our guy. I could see us winning a Super Bowl with Jackson Dart. We just gotta keep him healthy, honestly, and build around him, keep him healthy, and give him some good coaching staff. So
that's it, guys. I'm gonna take it off the screen now. I'm gonna stop sharing that tab, and we're gonna go on to the last topic for the night. Let's talk about Wildcard Weekend, baby. Let's start off.
College football championship and then Wildcard. I mean, no, it's not gonna be Wildcard Weekend. Divisional round. This is divisional round. Oh, we're talking about Wildcard Weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This guy. What is this guy talking about?
I'm out here jumping the gun. He's jumping the gun
big time. Anyway, Wildcard Weekend. We can make it quick since you want to jump the gun. What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, wow. I thought there was a dead pixel on my monitor, but I think there's a dead pixel on my webcam.
Oh, I know that scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, it scared the hell out of me, but on my webcam I can deal with, even though it's kind of ass.
I don't see a dead pixel on your webcam though.
You don't see this guy right here? It's on my face. You see it's moving. It's on my nose now.
Oh yeah, it's white.
Yeah. That pixel on the camera. That's crazy. Let's start off in order, though.
That's a better situation than your computer.
100% way better.
Yeah.
This was an expensive monitor, so I'm glad it's not like freaking dying on me. Yeah, let's start off with the first one, Rams Panthers. Jesus Christ, what a game! Bryce Young, you continue to fulfill the meme of after your government mandated interception, you fucking become Tom Brady or some shit, bro. Like, holy
that's
shit.
Funny. When you mentioned that, I've been following that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Great game. Thought like Rams Panthers. I really thought the Panthers had a chance, KB. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the Panthers were gonna pull it out.
Bro, they score within the last 2 minutes of the game or something like that, or maybe even less.
Or something.
Maybe even less. And I was like, oh my god, the Panthers are about to advance. This is gonna shake up everybody's freaking bracket. And then Matt Stafford, bro. I mean, Matt Stafford
with a sprained finger.
Yes, he hurt his finger.
Yeah, there's 2 quarterbacks in the NFL like that have really been known as like they can march you down and on the clutch and get you game-winning drives. Mm-hmm. Eli Manning was one of them during his prime. Matt Stafford is another. They have very similar careers. People don't like to admit it. Yeah, people don't like to admit it,
but Matt Stafford and Eli Manning are absolutely clutch. Absolutely clutch at the end of the game. Yeah.
And then what was the game after Rams Panthers? I think Packers Bears. You go ahead and talk about it because I had to cut you off with Caleb Williams.
Freaking Packers Bears was nuts. The Packers were all over the Bears in the first half. You had me in the first half, not gonna lie. And then there was they pulled a freaking Broncos Giants sort of esque comeback where it was 21-3 at some point in the third or fourth quarter. I think it was the fourth quarter. Was it the fourth quarter? No. In the fourth quarter it was 21-6, and I was yelling at the screen, Ben Johnson, just take the field goals. The Packers aren't going to blow you out. They're not that type of team. They don't blow anybody out. Just take your field goals, man, because he kept going for it on fourth down. They were kind of getting a little bit impatient. They were like, damn, we're down 21-3. We need a touchdown, like any other team would do. But he kept doing it, was failing, and was like, you know what? I am going to kick a field goal when it's 21-3. I'm going to kick a field goal to make it 21-6. How about that? And I know a lot of people are probably upset about that, but you inch your way closer, live to see another drive, and boom, they wound up winning the game. What was it, 31-27 or something like that?
31-27, I think.
Freaking nuts. Caleb Williams, man, let me tell you, he was pulling some college, some throws that he was doing in that game was stuff that you saw when he was doing in college, man. Just on the run, just heaving that. Oh my God, that throw he made, was that fourth down? That throw that he made to Roma Dunze? Oh,
it was on fourth down.
Oh my God, there was a white tear running down my leg, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Holy moly, what a freaking throw, bro. What a throw. Bro, I'm just saying, bro, it hyped me. I'm just saying. It hyped me up. It hyped me up. Do you want me to stand right now? I'll stand right now.
Arrest this man. Arrest this man.
Bro.
What is he talking about,
Bro,
bro?
Caleb Williams was him, bro.
Oh
Caleb Williams was him.
All right, bro. You said enough, bro. Shut up, bro. You said enough, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, the Bears keep pulling off this Willy Wonka bullshit. Did you know through the first 3 quarters of the game for this entire year, the Bears are one of the worst teams in the NFL by any metric or stat that you go by.
And then the fourth quarter they lock in.
When you go by the fourth quarter, they're the best team in the NFL. And then also, I have an actual by the numbers stat for you. The Packers, when they play the Bears, the Packers in the first 3 quarters this year, through 3 games, allowed 6 points. Through the fourth quarter, allowed 68 points.
Oh, so they were just playing 2 teams that, I guess that was a great matchup.
So that's how
Holy moly.
After Bears-Packers, we really started off with 3 straight bangers. It was Bills-Jaguars. Bills-Jaguars was just it was like a nice back-and-forth game. Shout out to Parker Washington, man. He's arrived.
Yeah.
BTJ did not have a good, or not, I wouldn't say good. He didn't have a great second year like most people expected him to, but Travis Hunter getting injured kind of allowed for the emergence of Parker Washington. And you know what the Jags need? They really need some corner help. Travis Hunter, you're that guy, buddy, but play corner only. They got their 2 receivers. It's BTJ and Parker Washington. They need an elite, and you can be an elite corner. But the Jags, go ahead, man. Jags versus Bill, I should say.
Yeah, man, there's another one. You saw, oh my gosh, the end of the half for the Bills-Jags where Trevor Lawrence makes an amazing, and shout out to Trevor Lawrence, by the way, for having a little bit of resurgence there. You got to give Liam Cohen a lot of credit for that. But Trevor Lawrence is still really good. And throwing the ball with seconds left to go at the half, and there was a controversy there. Were they able to snap the ball to spike it and kick that field goal or whatever? But they wound up giving them a freaking 0.1 of a second, and so they give him a full second. And then Cam Little misses that freaking field goal. It was a 54-yard field goal. Something told me he was gonna miss it because the pressure was just too much.
The announcer jinxed them. It was an announcer.
Yeah, it was announcer jinx. The pressure was too much, and because of the controversy, he missed that halftime field goal. And I was like, oh damn! I think what was it, 10-7 Bills at that time? I think it was 10-7 the Bills. I think that was a chance to tie it. There was a chance to tie it, but then I was like, if the Bills can hang on here. They can, and it was slower in the beginning. Like I said, halftime was around 10-7, but then what that game finish up? What that game end up being 30 something,
27-24,
27-24. Yeah, it was amazing.
It was 28 points.
That was another one where the Jaguars scored late, and the Bills went to had to score again, and then what was it? The Jaguars had another opportunity, right, to try to get down the field, and they couldn't.
I mean, they had an opportunity on the very last drive, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they had a lot of time.
They didn't have a lot of time. But how about we talk about the greatest tush push in NFL history, bro? The tush push that went for 10 yards and almost.
Yo, that's the difference between Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, bro. Josh Allen can just bulldoze everybody. Oh my God. It didn't stop.
2 dudes, bro. There's only been 2 dudes in NFL history built like Josh Allen. Josh Allen and Cam Newton. They're the only 2 dudes at quarterback that have been built.
Josh Allen, big dude, bro. Josh Allen's a big dude, bro. I know Haley Steinfeld getting that work. I'm sorry. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Who's who can Bro, he pushed that pie. Look how much grown men he pushed. Come on.
He was getting pushed.
Yeah, but he bulldozed his way through, man.
No. He was lifted up off his feet.
I know, yeah. So somebody lifted him up.
Bro.
That's a powerful man right there. She still got that Michael B on the roster. She's trying to get. Damn.
Isn't she pregnant? She's pregnant.
Yeah, she is pregnant, but we gotta see how that baby come out, because I don't know, the connection with her and Michael B. Jordan is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What the hell are you talking about? You're first you having gay fantasies, now you're having cheating fantasies, bro. What is with this?
Bro,
dude, bro?
have you seen the interviews?
It's just they got a good connection, but it's not nothing freaky. What's wrong, yo? This guy. Yo, I need to talk to your girl, bro. We gotta have a conversation.
Would you sit there with Haley Steinfeld there, flirting with her, and you wouldn't make a move?
Have you seen Michael B. Jordan's roster, bro? Come on, bro. Be for real.
You're right, but it's Haley Steinfeld, bro.
Well, Haley Steinfeld is good, but like he got a roster, bro. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna move on from Bills Jaguars to my favorite hate watch of the day. And I'm gonna highlight this comment. Just wanted to pop in and say, "Cry, Eagles, cry, fuck the Eagles." Yep. Listen, that was one of the most successful hate watches I had of all time, because we're gonna connect back to football while KB is coming out to us. We support you, KB. I'm gonna connect it back to football because Jalen Hurts, buddy. You're so ass. You're a game manager, and you got to realize it. And I'm not even talking Jalen Hurts. I'm
the most overrated game manager of all time, bro, to be honest with you.
I don't think Jalen Hurts does anything wrong. I think it's the Eagles fans that think he's something that he's not and try to argue with people that he's something that he's not. Bro, they tried to make Jalen Hurts beat them, and he couldn't. And he couldn't do it against a team that was missing like 16 fucking starters, and their defense was genuinely like half or 75% backups. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan, like we said earlier. The fact that he's missing 16 starters and doing this in the playoffs is crazy. Shout out to Robert Saleh, or whatever, however you help pronounce his name, for doing that with a defense that's also missing so many people. Jalen, buddy, you're a game manager. If you couldn't overcome that, you're a game manager. If all right, AJ Brown, your number one's dropping balls, get it to your number two, who's also low-key at number one, and Devontae Smith. Do something, buddy. Don't throw it into triple coverage at the end of the game, buddy. Like, come on. Saquon,
yo, you know what's crazy?
And they couldn't get anything done. Go ahead.
That fourth down where he threw in the triple coverage, that was a mix between Jalen Hurts' fault and Kevin Petulov. Now, I know Eagles fans, like, that's the boogeyman for them. Like, that they blame the whole world issues on Kevin Petulov. They act like Jalen Hurts doesn't get any like blame. But I watched that on film because people were talking about it. I pulled it up on film, and that play call was so terrible. It was like, the two outside receivers ran straight up. The slot receiver ran like a post, like a deep post, and then the tight end like sat in that middle. And then Jalen Hurts was like, "Fuck, I don't want to throw into the end zone on fourth down. I just want to get the first down," and just threw it a triple cover. Like, Jalen Hurts should have just tested one-on-one with AJ Brown, but AJ Brown had already dropped like 3 balls already, so he probably didn't want to throw his way. So like, everything went wrong for the Eagles there, and I absolutely loved it because everybody receives some blame. Everybody gets to have some blame there. How are you a $50 million quarterback and you're 20 of 35 for 168 yards? You threw the ball 35 times for 168? What? Like, we're looking at Tyrod Taylor numbers, brother. That's all he's amounting to is Tyrod Taylor. $50 million Tyrod Taylor that could run, that likes to get his butt pushed for a yard or two. He loves it. Let's just be real. They love it over there in Philly, all right? They love it over there in Philly. Always sunny in Philadelphia, and it's always a moon as well. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with most of what KB said. All right, I agree with about 95% of what.
What didn't you agree with? I think I'm speaking all facts.
If I say what I want to say, I'll be suspended for 6 months. You know what I mean? All right. I'll be suspended for 6 months if I say what I wanted to say out here on this app.
$92 million.
Yep. Oh my God. Can we talk about the fact AJ Brown and Nick Sirianni out here having a screaming match on the sideline? Yes. This was me sitting down on my couch. I'm like, yes, that's it. Yo, swing. Somebody swing. Somebody swing. Please swing.
Shout out to Philly.
Praying that AJ swung on his bitch ass, bro. Please. The fact, oh my God, he's either demanding a trade or they're trading him, or this team is falling apart, and I love it. Something is happening, bro.
I'm glad
Something's got
somebody.
it happening, man.
I'm glad somebody caught what I said when I said there's always a moon.
Everybody said, buddy.
Cush's all white dealer.
What does that mean? Probably like another Kush. I don't know.
So you choose what color your dealer is?
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know who that is, man. Right? That's not even my full name. That could be somebody else. That could be another Kush. I don't know.
No, but
I was gonna say AJ also has like a $72 million cap hit or something.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. They're probably not gonna get rid of AJ, but no, I love them arguing on the sideline. Then Sirianni's dumbass in the press conference, like, oh, we love each other. We've cried together. We've yelled at each other. It's all love. I love him, bro. I think AJ Brown has had enough of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think something's gonna happen. He's under contract, but something's gonna happen. He's supposed to be a lucky dealer.
What?
Yeah, dealers are supposed to make themselves known, right?
I don't know.
Got to be in the background.
Listen, I love the downfall of the Eagles. I hope that Saquon bitchly continues to that's giant Saquon, bro. That was giant Saquon. All right. With a good ass O-line there, somehow he looked like giant Saquon Barkley during that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's really more testament to the 49ers defense. We're just starting Cleveland Farrell, bro. If you don't talk to me about a coaching miracle, they're starting Cleveland Farrell and getting pressure on the quarterback, KB.
Bro, they had a fourth string linebacker out there making plays on Saquon Barkley. Like, what are we doing right now? We had Jalen Hurts get sacked by like a third string defensive tackle, bro. Like a guy I've never heard of in my life. How is a guy named, like, his name is Tonjes or whatever, not Rob Tonjes from like
or something?
I don't think that's the same guy. I don't think the same Tonjes from Green Bay. I don't think that's the same guy, but another random guy catching balls. You had Demarcus Robinson, who was last relevant when he was with the Kansas City Chiefs like 6 years ago, catching touchdowns, mossing Quinyon Mitchell, and shout out to Quinyon, though. He still had 2 interceptions in the game, but still, Christian McCaffrey, Jawan Jennings, looking like a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Jawan Jennings throwing downfield. Come on. Crazy, bro. I didn't even know Eric Kendricks was on the 49ers. When I saw him and I saw the puffy hair in the back, I saw Kendricks 43. I'm like, what the hell? He's on the Niners? His old ass, bro. I think he got drafted in like 2015. He was playing with Anthony Barr in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Anthony Barr, bro. That's a name right there. Anthony Barr's a name right there. He was awesome.
And then finally, to end off the weekend, we had Patriots Chargers. KB didn't watch it, but that game was the worst of Wildcard weekend, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thank God I missed that game because I was looking on Google and I was like, "Yo, the score is not changing."
It was a massacre the entire time. The Patriots. I don't think. I'm not gonna say like I'm not a believer in the Broncos. I am not a believer in the Patriots. I believe in them more than I believe in them than the Broncos, but I'm still kind of looking at them sideways. And I don't think this was a good matchup for people like me that need to see a little bit more because the Chargers' offensive line is so bad. They're starting so many backups. You guys,
Justin Herbert's just running for his life.
Yeah, like you saw the game. It was like 41-41, 39-39, like 41-42. It's crazy the guys they had out there. So for people like me that want to see a little bit more from the Patriots to buy into them more, this wasn't a great game because this was an easy win for them. And it was a massacre all throughout. I'm gonna let KB talk about Justin Herbert because we talked about it a little bit towards the beginning. No, this was before the stream. I think we talked about a little bit how the meme of Justin Herbert being if man, and you wanted to say KB. A little bit of how, like, well, some of it is not his fault.
Yeah, that the offensive line doesn't do him any favors, and he's always had a bad. Like Justin Herbert is looking like I'm trying to like Russell Wilson, but like Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl with a terrible offensive line. But Justin Herbert is constantly being looked at as like, hey, you are the main franchise quarterback. You need to go save us or whatever, and just like. Work with what you have. Bro, they don't have a great offensive line. Now, it's not all the Chargers' fault because their 2 bookend tackles are out. Joe Alt, I believe, got hurt in week 3. I don't know if he ever came back. He wasn't there in that game. Rashawn Slater's been out for a while, too. Then they have Mekhi freaking Becton over there at guard. And on top of that, they did have a decent run game. They're okay. They have an okay run game. It's nothing special. And then their wide receivers are just absolutely inconsistent. Everybody blames it on Justin Herbert, but come on, you got freaking Quentin Johnston, who's literally Jekyll and like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Lad McConkey has really good moments, and sometimes he'll disappear and like have 3 receptions for 19 yards. And I don't even know, they have Keenan. They brought Keenan Allen back. He's been pretty consistent. But I mean, I like Justin Herbert. I really do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think he's a baller. I think this is one of his better years because he's been using his legs a lot more and he's been running a lot more. And that's why I like in Justin Herbert's game, but I like him. It's just that it's just unfortunate situation. And the Chargers, come on, let's be real, guys. The Chargers have never been winners. They've always been like Phillip Rivers. Justin Herbert is going to be another Phillip Rivers, where he's going to be great in the regular season, and that organization is just not going to give him the pieces to win a Super Bowl because it's the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, I didn't watch this game, KB, because Monday nights I'm busy. I don't know if you did. Texans Steelers. That was the last game to close off.
I was playing video games I was playing Arc Raiders with my friends, but I had the game on the side, and I constantly saw C.J. Stroud just being C.J. Stroud. He was awesome, but I believe he had a fumble in that game as well. And the Steelers they couldn't do anything offensively. Constantly, DK Metcalf not being able to catch the ball correctly, as is always with him. He's not a natural catcher of the football. And the Steelers weren't a serious contender anyway. Like they weren't. I knew they weren't getting past the Texans. The Steelers are never anybody I take seriously in the playoffs. Like, come on. They put all their hope into like a 42-year-old quarterback. I mean, that should tell you everything right there.
Mm-hmm.
Stroud was terrible. I saw Stroud making a couple of good throws. There was one or two throws I saw him throw like Christian Kirk, and I was like, holy crap. And Christian Kirk had like 6 receptions for 144 yards and a touchdown, something like that. That's what I saw in the game. I don't know if that's what he finished with, but he was nuts.
And then, I mean, I can't remember what we saw on stream, what we didn't say on stream. Now, did I say the line-up thing about the Texans defense on stream? I think I did, right?
No, Speed. I did not say Charlie Kirk like Stephen A. Smith. I did not say Charlie Kirk. I said Christian Kirk.
Hey, man.
I know Stephen A. Smith. He said Charlie Kirk.
He been on something crazy for like.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I think Stephen A. Smith probably thought his name was Charlie Kirk because he doesn't watch football anyway.
He doesn't watch shit, bro. He doesn't watch.
Stephen A. Smith does not watch football, bro. You guys can just tell he's going off of a script and he has researchers and he goes by what the researchers said.
I'm gonna pull up now. I didn't make a I didn't make a lower thirds for it, but I'm just going to pull up the divisional round and we could talk about it a little bit, maybe give our predictions. Let me go ahead and share the screen for that, and then we're going to end the stream. So NFL divisional, bam, share it, bam. Here we go. So Bills Broncos is the first one. So Saturday we got Bills Broncos, Sunday we got Niners Seahawks. Okay. Bills Broncos. I'm going with the Bills just because I don't believe in the Denver Broncos. You guys notice about me? It's not a secret. I think the Broncos are genuinely the 2018 Bears, meaning they're being carried by a really good defense. I'm still not a believer in Bo Nix. I've been a Bo Nix hater from day one, and I could admit that it's hate. I really can't see past the fact that I think he's just an average quarterback at best, and he makes a lot of mistakes. KB, what about you for Bills and Broncos?
I'm going to take the Bills here. It's not even like I hate the Broncos or whatever. I think the Bills are on an absolute mission to make sure that this is their run to make it to the Super Bowl, and they're not going to let anybody stop them. None of these newer teams making the playoffs. Like Sean Payton is no stranger to the playoffs, but the Broncos are pretty inexperienced as far as playoff runs go as a team. So I think the Bills are like, listen, there's no Burrow, there's no Mahomes, and there's no Jackson. We need to make a playoff push for Josh Allen. I think he's going to go out there and win the game despite no matter who's in front of him. I'm having the Bills going all the way, so
49ers Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Niners. I'm not the Niners, I'm sorry, the Seahawks, even though we just talked about how impressive the coaching is of the Niners and what they're doing, but it's because of that I'm going to go with the Seahawks. The Niners, they don't have the personnel to match up with what is this number one seed Seahawks team. Unfortunately, I think it might come to an end here. And if It's a big if. If the Niners beat the Seahawks, KB, I'm going to go on record with saying this is the most impressive playoff run by a head coach in NFL history.
Yeah.
Missing 16
having so many guys on IR.
having.
And on top of that, it's not just multiple guys on IR. You have multiple strings on IR. Like, they're down
Exactly.
like to their 4-string linebackers, like guys that are just picking up off the street and coaching them up.
Because Kittle is gone now. Their number one weapon is Robinson and Jennings. You know, like obviously they got CMC, but like we're talking about in the passing game. There's only so much CMC can do in the passing game.
Right.
But yeah, I'm guessing you got the Seahawks as well then.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks. If the 49ers can overcome them, that would be absolutely nuts.
Yeah. And then the divisional for Sunday, I kind of like the Saturday schedule better. But Sunday, we got Texans-Patriots. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The Patriots are beating the Texans. I just really want the Texans to – I really just want the Texans to go far. I really do. But the Patriots are beating them. The Patriots, the Texans don't have an offense, unfortunately. I don't think they have anything. I think they have the worst offense in the entire playoffs.
In the playoffs,
yes.
Patriots
are just way more well-rounded team. And obviously, you know, they got Drake May, who's been on an MVP level in terms of playing football. So I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots here. I think the championship game is going to be an AFC East showdown.
And then finally we got Rams-Bears. This might be actually 3 of these games are going to be really good. The Bills game, the Niners games, and the Rams game. But Rams-Bears, I think this has the potential to be the best game of the entire weekend, bro.
This might be a shootout.
And it's on prime time. Exactly.
This might be a freaking shootout.
This might be crazy.
We might see like Mahomes Allen going on right now, like, you know what I'm saying, like freaking Bills Chiefs type stuff in the playoffs. Matt Stafford and Caleb Williams are absolute gunslingers. They have a lot of both those teams have great weapons, and on top of that, they could run the ball. These aren't two teams that can just like pass the ball for like 30 yards, get chunk yard. Like, they can run the ball as well. You know, you got that great mix of Swift and Monangai with the Bears, and then you have I would say, maybe even better mix with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. They've slowed down as of late. That's why I say that. But they started off really good.
I think they slowed down a lot.
Yeah, they slowed down a lot, but they're still those two teams have two really good running backs there, so a strong running game and a great passing attack. Now, the Rams defense, shout out to Chris Shula, has been good, but I mean, against the Jaguars, that was a little worrisome. Not gonna lie there, a little worrisome. Yeah. The Bears were able to lock in on defense and keep the Packers from extending their lead from like 21 the majority of the game, and they finished with 27. So the Bears have been able to stop them. So let's see. You know, I think this is going to come down to who has the ball last, to be honest with you, man. Just like how the rest of this playoffs has been.
And bro, low key, Caleb Williams, if you and the Bears go far and you already had an amazing performance last week against the Packers, you have another amazing performance against Matthew Stafford, bro. You're going to be in talks for the best QB like during these playoffs. I'm not going to lie to you. That's how good he's been. And if he's going to have to be good again.
You know what I see in Caleb Williams? A little bit of Mahomes. Here's a guy. Sorry.
Did he actually say that? Or am I sure? He said that? Did he say that?
Oh, Chris Collinsworth?
Yeah.
Bro, go look it up on TikTok. There are multiple clips of him comparing everything somebody does to Patrick Mahomes.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, did he say that about Caleb? I know.
No.
Okay.
No. I think Speed said that because I mentioned Mahomes, and so he's probably calling me Collinsworth because I mentioned Mahomes, even though this had nothing to do with Mahomes. Yeah.
I hear you. So then, let me see. What would my projected NFC Conference Championship be? My projected one would be Rams Seahawks, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bears Seahawks or like Bears not. It's just the NFC. I think is way more not open, but way more in a toss-up. I think the NFC is way more competitive. I think there's more teams on the same level and a really good level than the AFC. But I'm saying it's going to be Rams Seahawks, which is a NFC West Conference Championship game.
Yeah, so it's going to be an NFC West. It's going to be an NFC West NFC Championship game, and it's going to be an AFC East Championship game for me.
That'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I think I got Bills Patriots too. That's fucking. Oh, that's so hilarious because you have the chance of having Broncos Seahawks again, and it's like 10 years later.
Yeah.
It's exactly 10 years later.
This would be the 10-year anniversary.
It's exactly 10 years later.
Oh,
bro.
wait. No. What Super Bowl is this, guys? Is this Super Bowl 60?
This is 60, yeah. It was Super Bowl 50.
No, it was Super Bowl 49.
40,
so it'll be 11 years later. It'll be 11 years later.
48, I'm tripping. It was 48.
Oh, 48?
Because 49 was the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. Also, it'll be 12 years later.
Yeah. I'm tripping.
12 years. Yeah. We both.
My bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah, 49 was Patriots, Seahawks, and that was the interception heard around the world.
But you know which one I want to see? Y'all know. I want to see the Texans in the Super Bowl. Let me get Texans Niners, bro.
But the thing is, with Texas Niners, I think it would be so boring. I think it would be boring. It will be a lot of backups playing out there for the Niners, and it will be horrible offense for the Texans. Huh?
I think it will be entertaining because CMC would make it entertaining. But you're
CMC
right. But
would.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I want it just because I want to see the Texans go far. That's it.
Yeah.
But guys, that's gonna be it for the stream and for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We currently got 80 concurrent viewers across all platforms.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much, and you've been really consistent with it these past couple weeks. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate all the chatting that you do. KB, any last thoughts before we go?
No, man. I see that the podcast is picking up. I want to thank everybody for joining in, man. We're bringing this back. We're hoping to make it bigger and better. Every time we go live. So appreciate you guys hopping on with us. Stick around for next week. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more news as far as the coaching search goes, and we'll keep following the playoffs. But thank you guys so much for supporting, man.
I just I have to add one last thing before I actually end it off. Given like the type of vibe that KB's been on tonight, I think this is something that he would want me to share. Right here.
God.
Why don't you read it out loud? Why don't you read it out loud? Why don't you read it out loud?
Yo, when the John Harbaugh news gets announced, that's exactly what I'm gonna post. I'm just gonna post that picture.
Why don't you read out loud?
We're jacking harder than ever before.
This guy, and we out.